pray for their kids, and just different things to watch depending on the age of your child. So like the first stage is like trust versus mistrust. That's where Erickson believes between 0 and 18 months, depending on how that child's needs are met, will affect their ability to have good relationships. So I focus on fathers, like making sure they're changing their kids, picking up their kids, feeding them, not just leaving it up to the women to kind of do it, so that your child will have better relationships growing up. So I just do that with all of the different stages.
Ain't that what moms is for?
That's what men is for too.
No, 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 no. You saying that's our like job?
I feel like we're responsible for everything, right? So we
Hmm.
should help with that because it matters.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's what. Well, that's different, right? You should help, but that's not our main. Like we secondary to the mom, right?
Yeah, it is their job to take care of the kids in the crib. But I think men need to still do more of it, and I think men just not comfortable with it,
Hmm.
like changing diapers and picking up babies and shit. Like that's all new for us, whereas they already be ready for the shit. But it
Hmm.
matters. It matters. I feel like if your child, as your child's growing up, for you to be there to comfort them as a father too.
Yeah. Yeah. It ain't nothing like when I pick up the baby from school. Like when I
Yeah.
come in, it's totally different ball game. Like you know, she be like, "Daddy, can we say bad words?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Don't tell mommy." I'm like, "All right." Like, yeah, I'm not gonna tell. She'd be like, "Daddy, nigga died." But fuck, I don't give a shit.
Funny.
That's what's up, man. All right, all right, all right. What up, Dre?
Yo, yo.
Everything golden?
Yeah,
Why
everything's
you
great.
smile? Why you smiling like that?
Like what? How about smile?
You smiling hard as a motherfucker. You good?
Absolutely.
All right, all right, all right. We here, man. DJ Hampton Stampede. We in the building.
DJ Ham does it.
How everybody doing this morning?
Wonderful.
Y'all all right? Be you dressed up already?
Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
That's for the
What you got to do today?
No, I got to go to work, and I'm in a firing mood today. So shit. I'm like you, Camp. If I can't keep repeating myself, I'll fire you.
Yeah, man. Word, man. I'm telling you. I like it, man. I like it. I like it. Inside the locker room, man. We here. All right. Subscribe to the live. We just started it. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Again, I post the the episodes on the podcast channel. So Anchor, Spotify, Apple, so you can listen while you drive in the whole 9 yards. I think the best way to like view it and listen is on YouTube. So definitely subscribe. We're also streaming on Twitter, Twitch, and on our Facebook page. So definitely like the page so you can get all the latest alerts for all this dope content. So this is Inside the Locker Room. This is the Fellas Show, Fellas Insight, Fellas platform for today. But if you don't like what somebody's saying, let me know in the chat. I'll put a link in the chat. We'll pull you up here, set you back where you need to be, and then we'll put you back down in the audience. No big deal. You know what I'm saying? It's a live show, so it is what it ought to be. All right, all right, all right, all right. All right. First topic. So I was listening to something. People be like work wives, work husbands, all that type of shit. So on and so forth. So I mean it could go beyond that, right? It could be just if your lady has male friends or whatever the case is. So it's a pretty simple question. Can your significant other accept gifts from another man? Can your significant other accept gifts from another man? Eddie, what you think?
Yeah, as long as she moves out that day, leaves the key, all of that good stuff. Like, what's the point? Like, if you're gonna accept gifts, accepting gifts is low key a mild prostitution. You know what I'm saying? Like that's in the same vein as a work husband and all the other nonsense. It's just like you low key, shorty, kiss the tip of another man and then try to come back to the crib. Like,
So you saying that's a hell no, huh?
nah, that's a dub.
No doubt, no doubt. Bub, what you think? Can your wife, significant other, accept gifts from another man?
Hell no. I'm with Eddie, man. Like, if it ain't her brother or father, nah, that's out. And I don't even give a damn if homeboy is uh Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity either. That's out. Nah, don't give my wife nothing.
Yeah. Word. B, what you think, B?
Absolutely not. For one, what we would have to realize is when a woman accepts a gift from a man, that's actually manipulation. Because if she's already in a relationship, with someone, then she accepts gifts from that man. She's opening up the door for an array of things to go bad. So no, because at the end of the day, she's gonna be leading that man on, and that man, he's gonna want something in return for him spending money on the gifts and all. No, the best thing to do would just be for the lady to be upfront and honest. Hey, I have someone, therefore I can accept the gift. Thank you, and just squash it, dead it, end it. But no, accepting gifts, that's just gonna open up the door for everything in the relationship to go sour. No, that's just an absolute no.
Do you think, Dre, does he just, like B said, just refuse the gift, or does it got to go further than that?
I think so. So there, I think this is a more nuanced answer than just absolutely no, right? Because you kind of mentioned a little bit about work, husband and work wives, right? So on birthdays or anniversaries and things like that at work, the office will give gifts sometimes, right, in the work environment. I think that is acceptable, right? I mean, as a gift for like a birthday or anniversary, something like that. Now, if we're just talking about men in general, like a guy that is like a friend, or I'd say friend, or like some random coworker or something like that. Yeah, I'll say absolutely not. Right? It has to be put in context. So to answer your question, yeah, I think she should go further than just saying no. I think she should actually explain why it's no, right? Because that's again, I think it could be leading the person on as well, right? If they just say no and like kind of laugh it off, right? They're like, oh well, you might just try to play hard to get or something like that, I think it should go a little step further than explaining why. It's not appropriate for you to be offering gifts.
Yeah. Adrian, if you click that thing on the top left hand side, it'll vibrate the fucking phone, bro. Come
on, man. I don't know why they keep calling me. They calling me.
Yeah, just put it on vibrate.
I did.
So yeah, so yeah, Dre added an interesting context. Adrian, what you think?
Nah, and she don't need to laugh and say no either. She need to be like no, or call me right then when somebody try to give her a gift. I need to know, yo, what are you doing? She good. Let me talk to him. But hell no, not even at work. Not even unless he bring like some cookies for everybody or some shit like that. But nah, she don't need no personal gift from no man outside of her family. Period.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck if it's for her birthday, funeral, none of that shit.
Baby shower,
nigga. Fuck that. And then what I was saying was, because I feel like if a nigga think he could give her a gift, right, and she declined, I think that relationship should probably dissolve. Because I feel like nigga might be doing a little bit too much in that instance, right? And then I gotta have a conversation of why he even feel comfortable. So everybody probably gonna get in trouble in that instance. You know what I mean? That's just how I see it. But yeah, I don't know if I could accept that. I mean, I think it's not unreasonable, Dre, but I just don't know if she brought home like, oh, Bobby gave me such and such, like
I'm
for
throwing
my
it away.
birthday. I ain't gonna be able to. Does this include drinks?
I mean,
Well, absolutely. Well, first things first. My wife don't drink, but she ain't gonna accept that shit anyways. But yeah, don't try to give my lady nothing. Anything my lady need, she gonna get that from me. Point blank, period. You know what I'm saying? Like this, I'm just gonna keep it real with y'all too, because like there's been instances where, my wife would hit me up in the past, like during the day, like, oh yeah, I forgot my wallet at home or whatever. I'm saying so and so bought me a breakfast sandwich. That shit had me kind of tight. You know what I'm saying? You can't help that you left your wallet or whatever at home, but like now, if I come pick you up at work and I see so and so, like now I don't want homie to feel like he got something up on me because you just caught my wife a breakfast sandwich. You gotta understand, like, man, men, like, we wild emotional, man. Don't play with our women, bro. Word up, don't buy my woman nothing.
Yeah, I'm not, nigga. You just forgot your wallet. You just forgot your wallet, nigga.
Crazy.
There's plenty of women. There's somebody around. Like, no, don't. I don't know. What you think, B? If she forgot her wallet, that's cool.
No, that ain't cool at all. Hell, no. If she forgot her wallet, then she need to call me so I can cash up her some money. She can use that little Apple Pay on the phone or something. There's ways around the shit. Besides, we all adults. Who forgets the damn wallet anyway? That's childlike. But the point that I'm trying to make, and it was the episodes ago that I was trying to tell the women, especially Isha on the podcast, is men, we expect something in return. When we're buying you gifts and buying drinks and all, men expect something in return. In the end of the day, the best way to squash it is just sit up and be upfront and honest with the man. Hey, listen, thank you for the gift. I have someone, but right now I cannot accept your gift. Be honest, be done, squash, and dead it. But instead, what women like is the attention. Well, he's flattering me. Well, he's giving me this. And they might not be getting that attention and that affection at home. So now you're just opening up a big can of worms when it's best to just dead it in the beginning. Don't lead this man on. Don't waste this man's time. Just dead the shit and just be honest. So, like I said, no, she forgot her wallet. She can call me. I can drive, give her the money. Hell, I Western Union you the money. Don't accept gifts from people at work. Just don't open up that can of worms. And for some reason, today's women can't seem to understand that.
Yeah.
Hell, if I'll ever know why they can't understand it, the shit ain't complicated. Just don't accept the gifts.
So you're trying to tell me that you've never bought a drink at a club or a lounge or something like that for a female that you were not interested in? You're only interested in that person?
I don't understand.
Every time you bought a drink for a woman at a club or a restaurant or a lounge,
to get some draws. Hell yeah, that goddamn right. If I'm at a club and I'm buying a woman a drink, hell yeah, I expect something in return. Yes, why do you think men buy women drinks?
I'm saying because I've been in situations where that's not the case. I've hung around other guys, and we were all at the bar or something like that, and we bought women drinks. We weren't interested in them. They were having a good time. We were having a good time, having a good conversation, and we bought drinks. We were not interested. We were not trying to take them home, anything like that.
So you just Drake.
Yo, listen, bro. I bet you everything else when my wife and another man try to buy my wife a drink, it's gonna be a problem.
Drake.
Yes, if I'm with her, absolutely. I'm talking about when you're not there, right?
But that doesn't matter. I mean, that doesn't matter. She should still dead and end it. Hey, I can't accept this drink. I have a man. Why do you think a man approaches you? For one, we in the club. So if I approach you in the club, that should open up your eyes. Number one. Then number two, I'm buying you a drink, meaning I got to spend my money. What the fuck? Why am I approaching you to start off with? Dre, come on.
Listen, I'm in this chat right now have done that. You know what I'm saying? Outside of me. So
don't be a sucker, Dre. Don't be a sucker for
it. Yeah, I would agree with Drake. And like the philosophy goes, when I ask women about this, they'll tell you, like, particularly in groups of women, they'll see a group of guys and they're gonna vibe out with those guys, get all the drinks and keep it moving. Now, they may be in relationships and all of that, right? In their minds, they're not disrespecting their dude. But it's also like, well, why are you entertaining? Women do that type of stupid shit. Like they're gonna take all the drinks, they're gonna take all that attention, and then they're just gonna keep it moving. Now, for us, that looks crazy because as B was saying, like, I'm at a club, I'm trying to, get that action, but they're gonna play you on that, right? So even the woman who, let's say for like what Bub said, like, yo, she should know better than to accept anything from a guy. We all been there. Like these joints are gonna take drinks and absolutely have no consideration for whether or not they actually want to give you the number or take it to the crib that night. None of that. Like most of them are just taking that drink for what it is. Now, if it's a gift, like some outside of a drink, now you wilding because there's intention behind that.
But at the end of the day, if we look at the question that Hamp posed, again, that still is deceit. If at the end of the day you're in a relationship and you think it's okay that you're out in the club to entertain a man and then to accept drinks from that man, I mean, that is deceit. Come on, we know the game. I mean, come on, we know it, and women know that. I mean, you're deceiving that man. That man wants something in return. Ain't no man in the club is gonna walk up to a woman and say, "Hey, let me buy you a drink," just to buy you a drink out the kindness of his heart.
I mean, I've been standing at the bar before, and I'm like, "Hey, you want to take a shot?"
Come on,
like
to a random woman that you didn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it could be, I don't know why. I just like, yo.
Okay, I'll give you that, Hamp. But at the end of the day, if she's in a relationship and she took that shot, would that be deceit on her end?
Well, no, I didn't, because my intent has to matter. But now, to your point, if I buy her the shot and she keep on talking and all that, I might take it down. You feel me? So there's always that in the back of our mind. I think to your point, you know what I mean. But for me, like my wife, I don't give a fuck if I'm there or not. You don't buy her nothing, because then what if we out another time, right? And she played this fool to the left, like you saying, right? But then he see her, right? They had this casual conversation. He walked back up, like, "Hey, remember from?" Nah, club is broke. Why is closed? Oh, it's broke. The whole club is broke. Yo, like, nah.
I feel you.
She gonna get. I'm gonna rag this. Nah, bro. Fuck that. That's why they got it. You can't do that to B point, because motherfuckers still be thinking, "Oh, I built some type of rapport." You know what I'm saying?
But right, so that's what I was saying. It's best just to don't accept it, don't do it, just squash it in the beginning.
So Dre, are you cool with your chick getting drinks?
No, I'm not. I mean, let me be clear. I'm not. I'm just bringing a different perspective to the conversation. No, I'm not. I'm not cool with that at all. No, especially if I'm there, like Bud was saying. If I'm there, how? I mean, that's.
What if you're not there though? Is Eddie right in saying women gonna do what they gonna do?
They are gonna do what they're gonna do, right? You don't know. Is your woman gonna tell you, "Oh, some guy trying to buy me a drink and I declined it"? She's not gonna come home and tell you that, right? You have to trust that she's gonna do the right thing while you're not there.
Let me also say this: like some joints are influence, right? Like let's say your girl is a chick that is cooperative, she listens, and she's not going to embarrass you in public. She got some hoe ass friends that are just gonna do hoe ass shit. So like, oftentimes she might not want to accept that drink, but it's like, "Oh, girl, we out, we having a good time. It's brunch. These dudes trying to buy us drinks. Let's just do what we do. We're not leaving with them, right?" So there's that too. Like it's not placing on all women.
This is Sparta, nigga. You are responsible for yourself and everything you say. You will get kicked down the fucking hole following these heifers. Like that's not a thing. I remember one time my wife was on those spinning platforms like with the pictures.
Oh yeah,
They spin a thing, right? So she up there with her two friends. So I'm packing up my DJ shit, and the dude was like twerk or something, like something like that. I came around that corner. I said, "Who the fuck you talking to?" "Oh no, babe, he talking to." "I don't give a fuck, bro. What? Don't say that shit no more." I can't decipher, and I'm not gonna try. Don't say that again. They all looking up there like I was their dad, and they got in trouble. They picture was boring as shit after that. I'm not pronouncing, nigga. Nah.
Hey, it is what it is.
All right, so Eddie, yes or no? Can your wife, significant other, accept gifts from a man?
Absolutely not.
Adrian, same question.
Nah.
B,
Negative.
Bob,
That's out.
Dre.
Absolutely not.
Yo, y'all some fucking cavemen, man. Interesting. Yo, I'm telling you, man, and I'm literally grabbing perspective from a bunch of different people. We had several different guys on the show, but as you can see, if you're watching, we have similar outlooks, right? This isn't influence. They didn't even know I was gonna ask that question. But I think y'all need to really like stop and listen for a second. Because if your guy is out here telling you these things are okay, he doesn't believe that himself.
Right.
But cats be trying to be like, oh, I'm progressive, I'm trusting. Fine, that don't got shit to do with it. And I think motherfuckers need to like stop fronting, man. You know what I mean?
Put him in a fucking bedroom. Get him out of here.
Camp,
Word,
they're
word.
called beta males.
Is that right?
That's right.
What's a beta male? B, you use that term a lot.
A beta male.
Oh,
a man
boy.
who will cater to a woman just because she's a woman. A man who won't speak his mind because she's a woman. A man who doesn't know how to voice his opinion and be upfront with people and be honest with people. He tiptoes around his opinion and other people's opinion for their satisfaction, for their gratification.
Also known as a coward, maybe.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah.
Coward, huh? Yeah, that sounds synonymous. How do you become that? Do people born that?
It's like really.
Are they born a coward? Are they born a beta male?
I mean, I can't answer how they will become that. Maybe lack of self-confidence, maybe.
Yeah. Adrian, you're the therapist. Are they born?
Yeah, nah, I think it's just something that's just created. You know what I'm saying? Over time, they just give in to something more simpler, right? Like they don't like conflict. They don't want to stand on anything because it just makes things simpler and easier sometimes. So I don't think you're born that way. I definitely think it's your environment.
But how can you ever be looked at as a real man if you act in, such a way? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I can't walk around, portraying, some. I can't do that. I can't do that. Nah, I'm not agreeing with everything. I don't care if the hostile is if the situation is hostile. I'm not trying to calm shit down. None of that. At the end of the day, it just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to make people feel comfortable. I could be around 1 million people, and if something go down that I don't like, and I start acting or reacting the way I want to, that's it. I don't care if people feel comfortable, they want to leave. I don't give a damn. I'm not sugarcoating nothing. The party is over, like Cam said.
Yeah.
So,
Bub
But I
emphasized
think
that.
so. So with the not sugarcoating, then right? I ask you this question: what about in certain situations you got to ask yourself, am I talking to talk or I'm talking because I want to be received? So if you're looking at it from the standpoint of you're focusing on what you are trying to get to be received by somebody else, then the way that you package it is going to matter, unless you don't care about whether they receive it or not. I'm just saying it because it needs to be said.
absolutely, that's how I am, eh? I'm just saying it because it actually needs to be said. I'm not leaving nothing on my heart or on my mind. I don't want to go back home at the end of the day and be like, damn man, I should have reacted it. But nah, that's never gonna be me. I'm getting everything out right then and there. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think motherfuckers be trying to save face sometimes.
I'm not trying to save face because at the end of the day, when you see me next time, I want you to know how I stand. I want you to know my morals. I want you to respect me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, no, definitely. I agree. What you think, Dre?
What you think, man? Damn.
Yeah, B, chill. Don't go at his head too crazy. He's new.
You're doing a lot right now, bro. But anyway, so I believe that you can service a woman and cater to a woman, right? And still be the man in relationship, right? And when I say that, I mean that. So in those situations, you will see that a woman will actually obey you in those instances, right? When if they see that if they see that you're servicing them, like just being respectful and treating them as a human being, right? Then they will obey you and what's the word I want to use? I can't think of the word right now, but yeah, I mean, in those instances, right? So I believe there's a difference between being a beta male, like we were talking about, and actually servicing your woman, right? I think we all should service our women, right? Because then they will do anything and everything that we ask them to do.
Yeah, I think there's a difference. I don't think it's nothing wrong with catering to your woman, but I think there's a fine line.
Yeah, like you can't just be telling me what to do and like cussing me out and just tell me to shut up and sit down. Nothing like that. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of women do that though.
Yeah, but that's never gonna fly. First of all, I mean, that's never gonna fly.
And they men don't say nothing because they might feel like I don't wanna mouth off right now because I'm at my girl's family's crib or my husband's family crib or whatever. Like listen. Like
That's
I
disrespect.
said,
Yeah.
I don't care where we at. We at your family house and you talk to me any type of way. Listen, family just gonna have to know like Bubba ain't fucking around. We're gonna get this shit straight right here. And it ain't gonna be no tomorrow. It ain't gonna be no calm down. Like, nah, who you think you talking to? Right then and there. Like, everything got to be ironed out immediately.
Yeah.
And that go for their family too. Like your family can't talk to me crazy. I'm not holding my tongue for nobody. We're not about to do these. Even in men, like I'll talk to you. I'll be respectful to your dad, but bro, you're not about to talk to me crazy for no reason either. Like you can't catch it just like anybody else.
Nigga, one time, right? We at my wife brother house, right? We drinking and shit, niggas talking. So we start talking about a bunch of shit, right? And niggas start getting tight, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I gave him a pass because I would have, you know what I mean? Like I told him, like, bro, you don't know, my nigga, like, like, but I regret that shit though.
No, you do.
Like niggas,
I know you do.
Yeah, like I was like, see, I'm like, yo, you
That
don't
probably
even,
fucked you up for a month.
yeah, for a minute, like I'm like I should have, because I know what I would have done to anybody else, like, you know what I'm saying? But I was trying to be the bigger person type shit. I don't got that. You better stay in your lane because you are. This is Sparta, nigga. Period. You know, I don't know, man.
That also looks interesting in the workplace, right? Not speaking from a beta or like a coward perspective, but I've been there too. Like same with Hamp. There was a old supervisor, man, that in any way, shape, or form, he deserved to get his shit rocked, right? But it's one of those situations where it's just like, it's not you're not the punk, but it's more so just like you got to consider your work. You got to consider that DC is small as hell, right? So like the network people have, everybody know. I think it's like 1.5 degrees of separation in the DMV, man. Everybody know everybody somehow, right? But it's one of those things where it's like, as far as manhood is concerned, you got to fall back, man, and it's difficult because suckers like that get away with so much shit because they move in a way in which, oh, if you touch me, I'm immediately the victim. Or if you say something to me, I'm immediately the victim, right? So like that beta male energy, man, it's tough, man. Because like most of the time, niggas deserve to get their shit rocked, man. And like, it's also interesting how much a lot of women rock with them because they have so much feminine energy streaming through their veins, and they can connect on so much shit.
Yeah. Let me ask y'all a question. So, Ashley, shout out to Ashley Cobb. She got a podcast. Well, not a podcast. She has like a blog. It's called Sex with Ashley. So it's pretty dope. Y'all should check it out. But she was on Facebook. She said, "Drinks are just drinks."
All right, so I think
Ashley.
Okay, well, let me break it down. All right, and let me try to break it down. And if I'm wrong or whatever, y'all can come and help me out or whatever. What I'm saying is this. All right, a man is going to think majority of the time if he's in a club and he approaches a woman and he buys her a drink and it leads to conversation, etc., etc., etc. In the back of the average man's mind, he's going to want something in return for it. Exactly. So you can't say drinks are just drinks. No. This is what women in the year 2022 got to realize. Men value two things, our money and our time. Our money because when it's gone, it's gone. Our time because when it's gone, it's gone. When we approach you, we're wanting something in return. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So for Ashley to say drinks are just drinks, no, drinks are not just drinks. It's not. And the best way, like I said, the best way to avoid all this conflict and to avoid all this confrontation is just to not accept the drink. I mean, you at a club, so you probably I'm not responsible for what you think. I can accept the drink, small talk with you, and not give you my number. Okay, so that means you're deceiving a man. What? What? Oh my God. Listen, when a man takes a woman out on a date, when a man is at a club and he buys a woman a drink, when a man engages in a conversation with a woman, a man does that because he has an interest in you. And guess what people who have interest in other people do? They fuck. Okay? What part of that isn't she understanding? If you take a drink, see, coochie credit, she's using coochie credit. Ham, Adrian, Dre, Bub, she's using coochie credit. She's deceiving him will be telling him I'm single if I'm not. Deceiving him will be telling him I'm single if I'm not. I don't understand that. I'm a little too hyped up
She's saying that the drink didn't come with expectations because you
yes,
offered it.
It does. If a man buys a woman a drink, he wants something in return. When I pay my cell phone bill, guess what? I pay it with the expectation of getting something in return. That means I want good damn service. Okay, when a man buys a woman a drink, he's buying her a drink because he wants something in return. He wants some pussy, Ashley. God damn, what part of it you understand then? If you're not going to drop them jaws, don't accept the drink. What part of it
right. That's real.
What part? What am I saying?
Average woman is making a lot of money in DC. If you can buy your own drink, buy your own drink.
Ham. We got another Isha on the podcast. We got another Isha. We got some Ishas out there in the world.
It's crazy. Ashley was actually on the podcast one time. Shout out to her for that. Ash, if you want, I could drop the link in the chat.
Drop the link. Let's bring her on because I want to know. I want to know where her thinking is. Why do women think it's okay that you can take a man's money, his time, and his energy, and not give up nothing in return? Just leave the man alone. We value our money. We value our time. And every time we do something for you, guess what? You're using coochie credit. We expect to get something in return. So at the end of the day, if you're not going to drop them draws, and at the end of the day, if you're not going to be in a relationship with a man, then just don't accept the gifts. Don't accept the drinks. I can buy my own drinks, but I'm not turning down free ones. Then that means you're a user. You are a deceiver. What the hell?
Right.
What grown goddamn woman
Get her B.
and take goddamn drinks from a man, and she thinks he's not supposed to get something.
She's a user on the Sabbath.
She's a user. She's a user.
We got those Ishas
out there.
Lying.
We got those Ishas out there You's a bad person. See, this is how fuckboys
Bad
become
person.
developed. This is how fuckboys become developed. We try to be nice. We try to buy you a drink. We try to give you our attention, our time, and our energy. Instead, there's an old saying in the South: you give a person an inch, they take a mile with it. So I buy you one drink. Then that one drink's turned into 3. Then that 3 turns into 10. Then, goddamn it, that 10 turns into 100. And we exchange numbers. And then those numbers lead to us going out on dates and dinner. And you know in the back of your mind, you don't like this man. You ain't going to give this man the time of day. You're going to introduce this man to your family. You're going to drop those draws. But it all started, Hamp, Adrian, Dre, Bub, and Eddie with one drink. When you could have avoided all of that by not accepting the damn drink. We want something for
Some
our
Ray J
time.
shit. If I had one drink.
So B, let me ask you a question. So,
it's only worth a drink. It's not like
so what if you buy her a drink, right, to start the conversation, she don't like you?
Right. I mean,
how does she know? Well, what I'm asking is, how does she know if she like you? So that if the drink is say, "Hey, ma, how you doing? Let's get a drink," and you talking, and what if it turned out she don't like you?
First drink, then okay, cool, whatever. What about second drinks, third drinks, fourth drinks? It never stops at just drink 1. I ain't never known for it to stop at drink 1. She's obviously going to want drink 2, 3, and 4.
I think at that point it comes with a little game though, because
you be talking
after
to her.
that first drink, like one, if you're gonna buy drinks, man, make sure it's happy hour, so you ain't spending like $5-6 anyway. But I think after that first drink, man, you got to assess, what her physical language is saying, because most of the time it's saying, "I'm about to take this drink and dip." And if that's the case, I only spent $4, $5, $6 maybe on some cheap ass wine. Wine at that. Don't buy him no hard liquor or nothing like that, because that's gonna cost you. Because these joints want Casamigos and Patron and shit. I'm just like, make sure you give me the rail for this broad if she wants a shot. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm not even going that far. But in terms of what B is saying, like, he's right, but it's also, you got to have a little game. Like, you got to assess the situation. Like, all right, this chick is not that interested. I'm going to go buy your homegirl a drink that you're looking at, because it seems like y'all here to meet each other. So I'm like, well, let me see, let me see if she's talking. Oh, that's my friend. We're here together. I'm going to say, oh, maybe she's more interested than you are. And you got to kind of be a little bit more aggressive in that sense, too. Or, like, I've done this before. It's like a chick might pull up. It's like, oh, what you drinking? I'm having one of these. Would you like one? Because I would love that. But it's like, I tell you, this drink comes with a little something attached to it, right? It's like, what you mean? It's just like, this will go home with me drink. So I don't know if you want to do that. And like, literally, like, she might smile, she might laugh, or just like, oh, this nigga's too bold. But it's also like, it avoids me wasting my time and my money, like B is saying. It's like, sometimes you just got to tell them, man, I'm too old for this shit. I be telling the joint straight up, man. I'm like, oh, what's up?
Eddie got a point. Eddie got a point.
Yeah, Eddie got a point, man. Yeah, B, I think you got to go a little bit further than just drink mean cheeks, because then look, women, I think they do it right. I think they go through phases and all that, and they have casual sex probably more often nowadays. But I think women still looking for more, especially around our age. So when you take her home, what's your intention? Does that matter at all, or you just fucking her and leaving her? Because if so, would you be not doing the same shit she doing?
I mean, well, so whenever I approach a woman, I approach with intention. That's just me. I don't want to fuck and that's just be it. I'm approaching with intention.
Everything, okay.
Everyone?
Damn, I'm not gonna date just to date. Listen, in case y'all ain't noticed, I value my money and time. I'm not gonna keep spending money and time and it not lead somewhere. No,
What I'm asking is, babe boy, are you trying to like have a relationship with every chick you buy a drink with potentially?
I approach you with intention. I approach you because I want to get to know you. Yeah, I'm not gonna date you just to keep fucking.
Bruh.
So, okay. Who does that?
You can't be a whore all your life. I mean,
men can't be whores.
Okay, you're right. You're right. You can't.
No, I'm just asking. Like, look. Hold on. Here goes B. Uh-oh. That's your man's too, B.
Yeah, I remember Ashley. Whatever. Ashley.
I mean, if you are dating intentionally all the time, then I want to applaud you.
Thank you.
Because that's not normal.
It's also not normal for a woman to stop at drink one. That's the whole point I was saying. It never stops at just drink one.
You control that though. You understand that, right? You control. I mean, how many drinks you buy her. You understand that, right?
It's like Eddie was saying. It's like Eddie was saying. You got to assess the situation, right? Like, it's plenty of times I'm going out. It's a group of women. I'm just talking to them. All right, yo, next round kind of on me with no intention behind it, at all. But if it's somebody you feeling, you get a drink, you sitting there talking, you seeing she ain't giving you the time of day, then you need a dip. So you control how much you are going to invest in terms of your time and just keep buying them drinks. So that takes some discernment on your end, B.
All right. Yeah. But again, it also goes back to this how fuckboys become developed. When you've gone through that so many times, you've been that nice guy. You've been that nice guy. You've been that nice guy. You've been used so many times. You begin to develop this guard and this blockage. But it comes from past experience. Where again, in the beginning, right off jump, you're not feeling me the same way I'm feeling you. But yet you accept these drinks, and these drinks lead to dates, and dates lead to gifts, where it does not become anything. So at the end of the day, when you've gone through that for about 6-7 years, you sit back and say, damn, I need to gain some wisdom when it comes down to these women. And you have to set the standard.
I get it.
At the end of the day, although the standards may be too high, it just is what it is.
Yeah, no, I get where you're coming from now. It just gave me clarity because you trying to have a relationship with every woman you approach. And then when it doesn't pan out that way, you feeling some type way. When you only 30 years old. You should have been fucking for the past 7 years. Instead, you trying to get a girlfriend, a wife, every time you come across a chick. You know what I mean?
How long does it take? How long does it take, B, for you to tell if a woman not feeling you or not?
I mean, there's no time frame because nowadays women, they're real good with it, but they're real good with it. So, I would say it don't take no year or no 6 months or no 7 months or nothing like that. I wouldn't say that, that could be developed in a couple of days. That could be developed in a couple of weeks. Now, I would say this: we've been dating for 5 months, 6 months, 7 months. Then when I try to get a piece of coochie, you ain't trying to give it up. Then that's a goddamn sorry. That's a goddamn problem. It shouldn't take that goddamn long.
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here. Come on.
Are you fucking serious?
You said 5
You said 5 months? Fucking you, Steve Harvey, nigga?
Yo.
5 months ago, what?
Oh, this B Harvey, yo. B Harvey.
Yo, B. You should know before them lights come on if shorty not feeling you or not.
There's a whole bunch of nonverbal cues that you got to really pick up on, man. There's a joint to tell you as soon as she walks in the room who she feeling.
That's crazy. All right. We're gonna have to table this. B about to piss me off, man. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, man. This might be risky. Follow the YouTube. You know what I mean? We growing. When you like the channel, it helps the channel. Feel me? So more people will see us as long as you keep hitting that like button. All right, next topic. So you saw that the main topic on the flyer, I guess, for lack of a better term, for the show. So I'm just gonna ask the question: why do men cheat? Why do men cheat? Adrian, we'll start with you.
Yeah, I'm a vet when it comes to cheating. Nah, it took me years, though. It took me years to not do the joint. I'm being real, right? And so when I finally got down to it, I think like at the core of it is due to a lack of discipline and like a lack of character. right? Like once you commit, you should be able to be fully committed. So I think that's the foundation of it. For me, like women had always been like a coping skill for me. Ever since I was young, it was always about how many women you gonna get, how many women you gonna be able to smash. And so anytime I was feeling some type of way, I would resort to calling on a woman. So then I jump in a relationship, not having any other coping skills or without having replaced that one as my main one. So as soon as Shorty be tripping or something, it's always somebody on the team kind of ready. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I bet, let me go over here where I know I'm gonna get kind of treated as a king. But it's not on the woman. And that's what I tell women too. Like if a man cheats on you, it's not your fault. It's really on him. So I say it's due to character, y'all, lack of character and lack of discipline.
Okay, we gotta unpack that.
We can unpack it.
Eddie, why do men cheat?
For them cheeks. What other reason is there to? I'm trying to get in that monkey. I want to arouse your labias. I am trying to secrete that juice out of you. Like it's basically it. And then I think it's made taboo, but it's like at some point I think women got to understand that there is a power that God has given y'all that. No, it doesn't mean a man shouldn't be disciplined. No, it doesn't mean a man that shouldn't be loyal, etc. But there is a difficulty when you know what that power is, especially if you've had it an excess amount of times. As most of us have probably had. I went to HBCU, so I don't even remember the count at this point. It's just one of those things where it's like, this is something that women will never understand, even though they walk around with that gift. It's like, yo, it is a very powerful thing. It usually brings men to their knees. And again, like I said, there should absolutely be a discipline around it. But I think we cheat because that sauce is just, good God, it just goes on everything, man. The burger, fries, all of it. You know what I mean?
Okay. Gray, why do men cheat?
So there's multiple reasons why men cheat. But one reason I can kind of highlight is I think is due to immaturity, right? I think that men don't necessarily understand what it takes to be in a relationship, right? And when things start getting hard, they look for the comfort that they built in the beginning relationship in someplace else, not understanding that the relationship is going to evolve, right? And as the relationship evolves, your dynamic within your dynamic with your other partner is going to evolve as well too. So if she's not doing the same thing that she was doing in the beginning, that got you right, and you don't understand that the relationship that has levels to it and it's going to evolve to something different, you're going to keep seeking that initial courtship phase, right? So typically it's due to like sex, typically, because the beginning relationships typically men and women have a lot of sex at beginning relationships, right? And that typically dwindles down as the relationship goes longer. And it can be due for multiple reasons, right? It can be due to having kids. It can be due for work. It can be due for whatever. It can be due for multiple different things. Why it's not the same as it is, and the man is still seeking that same level of activity, and just not having to understand that it's going to change. Like it is going to change. It's going to. Why it's going to change? It's going to evolve. It's going to evolve in something different. It should be evolved in something better, right? So I just think that just having that level of maturity and understanding that it's not going to be the same day one as it is in year 2 or 3.
Okay. B, why do men cheat?
Well, from my experience from talking to various men who said that they cheated, it all came down to unhappiness in the home. They cheated because they weren't happy with the wife at home, a lot of arguing, a lot of discord. So they chose to step out. That's just been my experience with why men cheat. I'm sure there's a slew of other reasons, but just from my interaction with a few men who were married, they said it all came down to the wife that they were with at that time, and they were unhappy. You know, the wife always complained, you know, the bills are being paid, she's going on trips that she's not paying for, but she still is unhappy. There's just that unlevel of happiness that the men would say that they couldn't feel with that woman. So they stepped out.
Okay. But why do men cheat?
Well, men cheat for many reasons and sometimes no reason at all. All right. A gave some good points. Eddie did too. B, Dre. There was one thing Dre said that I ain't like though, but I don't think it has anything to do with maturity. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, men are men. And you gotta look at it like this too. Like we have so many different options, man. It's too much women out there. You know what I'm saying? There's wild women out there. Maybe and all bots ain't the same. You know what I'm saying? So uh it comes to a point where, you know, sometimes men, I don't give a damn how long you've been married or how long you've been in a relationship. Like you're gonna have a fantasy every now and then. You know what I'm saying? You might see a shorty, you might be like, damn, yo, shorty tough. I wonder what that feel like. I wonder what that tastes like. You know what I'm saying? It's just something in the man's genetics. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, you gotta look at it like this too. You know how they say, you know, art sometimes, you know, imitates like real life, right? It's not like we out here trying to hide stuff from women. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You take a song like Jay-Z Girls Girls where he's breaking down how many different girls he got, right? And what they all, you know, bring to the game per se. He like this one because she feisty. He like that one because she know how to cook. He like this one because, you know, she's more like nurturing and so on and so forth. You break it down like that. You break it down to freaking what DMX had a joint called what was that? What these women want from me. You
Oh,
know what
what
I'm
does
saying?
this
You
want?
know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? He running through all these women, and at the end of the day, all he want is a nut. You know what I'm saying? So, and then you might get caught up one day on a drunk night. You might not even be really looking for nothing, but you might get caught slipping on a drunk night. You had a rough day. I'm saying, so a shorty might approach you. I'm saying, grab your hand and start, you know, stroking your head or whatever. Like men, like you know, sometimes you know, men ain't strong enough to handle, you know, a woman that's approaching them, and even though they got something waiting for them at home, in that particular moment, they might be, you know, willing to risk it all. It ain't no perfect man out there, man. And to tell you the truth, women too. Like women come on the men heavy sometimes, so heavy. They don't give a damn if you married. They see the ring. They see the ring, but they don't care. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't no. So sometimes it ain't even all about the man. It's about, you know, women too. Like so, I wouldn't say it would just be just one thing. It's multiple avenues, you know, pertaining to, you know, why men cheat. You can't just blame it on one thing. You can't just say, oh well, homie wasn't happy at home, or you know what I'm saying, I don't know, homie could be backed up. You know what I'm saying? Plenty things. But
Yeah.
I think B said this. Um, you know, it could be something, you know, at home where, you know, he doing all this stuff for this woman, you know, and she ain't really like appreciating, you know, things. So he might feel like or want to, you know, step out on the relationship. All right. And I said this before too in the past, yo. Yo, don't think a baby gonna stop a man from cheating, bruh. Do not think a baby could stop a man from cheating. Like if a man want to cheat at the end of the day, he gonna cheat. It all depends on how strong that man is. You know what I'm saying? It's all on us, yo. Word up. I'm gonna look right in this camera. Can nothing stop a man from cheating?
Yeah. I tend to think that it's not as deep as y'all try to make it seem. Not y'all, specifically Adrian and Dre. Yeah, I think those are like issues that do come about. But I really think it's like what Eddie said. You see a chick, she attractive, you try to get some cheeks, regardless of everything else, because it's not mutually exclusive. Like we can silo things. We can have sex with a chick, and that's all it'll ever be for 10
Right.
years.
Right.
Right. And then you can meet your who's supposed to be your wife. You can know her for 4 or 5 months and wife it. And
Right.
that one chick is always going to be relegated to what she's relegated to. You know?
Right.
And
But
I
the
think
reason why I say the character piece is because we supposed to stand on our word too. Right. And so if we say, hey, I'm going to engage in this marriage and I'm going to be committed to you, anything we do outside of our word, regardless of the reasoning, is still a character issue or a discipline issue. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's one thing if, yeah, I get married, but she already understands, hey, I'm going to get out here and do whatever I want to do, whether that's me sleeping with people or whatever. But if I tell her, yeah, I'm going to be loyal to you and I'm not going to do something, it's not okay for us to break our word. Now, I do feel like women play a huge role in it. And so the woman,
but that's
like,
not
gotta know who she
I'm
is.
talking about reasoning though. I'm talking about reasons why we do this, we do these things. Right? Yeah, I get your point where you have a vow, right? So you shouldn't break that vow. But in terms of like why we do it, I don't feel like it's super rooted in somebody being like immature or what's the word you used? Something you said similar, but like immature, not developed or so on and
Like
so
lack of
forth.
character.
Yeah, like I don't know if it's that. Now if you're saying like strictly you took these vows, so therefore you shouldn't break them, yeah, but in terms of why men do these things,
I get what
I
you're
just
saying.
don't think it's like super deep. You know
No,
what I'm saying?
I mean,
But so like for instance, if you go having sex
Yeah.
every day, right? Because you have all these options, as Bub said, and then one woman comes and say, "Okay, I'm gonna try to fulfill these roles," and then doesn't do it. Like, is she culpable in any way?
Definitely.
but you accept
I
that.
wouldn't put it outside of ourselves, man. Like, I think it's much of what I said initially. I think it's just the carnal nature of men. I also want to point out that both the athletes in the group chat are toxic as hell. But anyway, I just want to say that real quick. But I think it boils down to the toxic nature of how this thing happens, right? Like, and I know they hate the biological reasoning behind it, but you know, we're the ones that proceed with the seed, right? We're the ones that, you know, if you take it to the religious end, we're the ones that are told to spread and, you know, be fruitful and all the other stuff, right? And then just generally, man, like the itch we have to have sex, like, bruh, if I'm at Costco shopping for groceries and I'm just chilling, I could still be thinking about sex. Like, that's how strong that is. And there's no explaining this shit. I'm like, yo, I'm just looking at grapes and fruits. I'm like, why am I thinking about banging a chick out right now? This shit is crazy, right? But it's like, that's how it happens. And trying to explain this to women, it just doesn't ever connect because a lot of their emotional reasoning doesn't match our logical reason. And then it's like, oh, he got daddy issues, he got mommy issues, he's undisciplined, it's all this other. No, I just want to clap cheeks. I want to clap a sermon into them cheeks. Like, that's all I want to do. And it has nothing to do with disturbing the peace in my home. I'm not looking to disrespect my girlfriend or wife. None of that, right? And I think that's the discipline in itself, right? And again, with something we will not understand. So I understand, you know, I'm trying to see them comments. I'm looking for the next toxic comment from the Ashley. But it's one of those things where I think it's just the carnal nature of men. I think we all can agree with. We're not looking to bring disruption to our home in any way, shape, or form. I think that beast is so strong within us that the discipline comes when I have cheeks in front of me and I say, nah, I'm a chill. Nah, I got something good at home. Nah, I want to be a better example to my kids, etc. But sometimes, as Bub said, it's going to be like, shit, I'm going to be caught slipping. And I'm going to slip right into that crevice and I'm going to knock it out.
So to Eddie's point, do we have to actively not cheat? Is it an actual activity?
It is.
It is.
It's a conscious decision for sure. Absolutely.
Especially the more you like grow, like the way women throw it at you sometimes it's damn near impossible. And that's why I say too, like women play a role in it too. Like if you're not giving your man none, you can't, I really feel like you can't trip on him for smashing somebody else. Outside of like you just had a baby or for like health reasons, you definitely play a huge factor in whether that man cheat or not. Like it's facts. That's like Eddie was saying, that joint is so strong within us. So women who be getting mad and like I've been working with couples and they ain't getting none in like 6 months. How? How do you think you can go a week or two without giving your man none and think it's going to be okay?
Yeah.
I'm not one of those. Like when I'm hey, listen, if you don't give it to me, I'm gonna need it, right? I ain't gonna need it every day. But this whole month, 2 week thing, I'm not going that long without it either. That's something that can be put on the front burner early on, so that you already know what type of man you're dealing with.
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead, Dre. You about to say something?
No, I wasn't saying no.
Yeah, and when this monogamy shit too, it come with a lot of parameters.
Yeah,
like that is my woman, my wife. Like there's a lot of shit you will not do anymore. If I'm a fuck around and be monogamous, get the fuck out of here. Like it just is what it is. Like if you want to set, if this is the box we gonna play in, and I agree to, like that's mine. Possessive pronoun intentionally.
Exactly. Exactly.
Hold on. We gotta
Ashley's back for round two.
We gotta guess that. I wanted to drop the link. I think somebody got some smoke. It might be for Eddie. I don't know. Look how calm Eddie is, man. Shout out to Eddie, man.
Eddie a pro, man.
She's back for round two.
And I look crazy.
That's a fact.
Put him in the fucking bed. Get him out of here. Come on.
Got the bonnet gang. Gang.
Ash, there's no fucking way you came up here with the.
Yes, I did, because I had to stop driving as usual just to pull over to talk my shit.
So who you want to holler at? Eddie?
What's going on?
Let me put you next to boy. Hold on.
Hilarious.
Talk to him, Ash.
I'm gonna be late for work for this shit.
Oh, shut up. Eddie, you're not using the woman's juice box as a weakness for you to cheat. There's no way in hell you're doing that.
Nah, I gave a few examples. I was very concrete in my assertion. I told,
and I listened, but that, to me, like I said in my comments, that excuse sounds like weakness.
Oh shoot!
I don't think so.
Because if you, as a man, if you're a good man and you're doing what it is you need to do, right, then there's no way for you to cheat on this woman, even if lacking some of the things. Like I agree with Adrian, I agree with Andre, I agree with a lot of points that you guys brought up. But if you are that to the point, is either you have a conversation with that woman and y'all make it work, or you leave. Like Hamp was saying, as far as reasoning with cheating, there's no reason to cheat. It's either you're gonna be with that person or leave them. There's no juice in the world. If you're in love with this woman, there's no juice or there's no power in the pussy in the world that's gonna make you cheat on that woman who's actually doing what she needs to do, or if she's providing everything that you do. And you can't just use the excuse a man's gonna be a man. That's why in my comments I'm like, okay, because y'all dumb, y'all stupid, y'all have a choice. Because at the end of the day, you're the one who's in this committed relationship, so it's on your part to make sure you don't step out just as much as the woman. Now, if the woman lacking, like Adrian was saying, if she's not giving it up, she's not doing all of that, then I can't be mad as a woman saying, you know what, my nigga done cheated because I wasn't giving him the pussy. Okay, I get that part. But overall, you cannot just sit here and say women got so much juice that we're just stupid enough to sink into it.
So again,
and if you're that dumb enough in a relationship.
So again, I think it's very telling how I articulated the fact that this is often never received by women well, right? Simply because you are not in the shoes of a man, right? You don't have a penis, right? I don't have a vagina, right? I can't speak to what sexual urges look like in feminine. I can only speak to what they look like in masculine, right? So for your logic as a woman, where you stand, right? Like, oh, you just can't talk about, any woman's box, that it's so amazing that you can't negate it. You can't speak to that, right? So you're speaking in a voice that isn't relegated to you, right? And I can't say what that looks like for a woman who cheats and makes the decision that, I'm going to step outside of, at the details you mentioned. I got a good man at home. He takes care of me. He's handling all those good things. But this nigga Idris Elba just pulled up, and I want him to rock my shit right now in front of everybody at the wharf. I just need that shit right now, right? So it's within the same context, right? Like, if I see Ashley, I'm just like, you know what? I want to knock that bonnet off her head right now, son. I have no idea why. Like, it could be right now in the car. Let me move these baby shoes to the side. We got to go to work, girl. I don't know what this urge is, but we got to knock this shit out. And it's one of those things where it sounds very archaic. It sounds wildly aggressive, but it's one of those things. Again, I started with carnal nature, right? Yes, we're more developed. Yes, we're thinking beings, right? But it's also one of those things where, like, I do have a decision to make, but the idea that that decision gets a little more pushed to yes because that need to get it is so strong, and that's all I'm saying.
No, and I understand that, but I still don't understand, because if you need it that bad, do you need the relationship that you're in?
Again, it's not a negation of the relationship. I am not looking to disrespect my home. It's just that
like
box is that, huh?
Everybody have a fantasy and stuff, but are you really gonna outlive it? Because the disrespect thing, you're not.
It got nothing to do with fantasies either. Again, I think it's very difficult, and you're providing a perfect example. Like, that urge is that strong. Like, every man on this panel can speak to that urge being profoundly difficult to turn down. But we do turn it down. But sometimes, as Bub said, it's just like, yo, shit, I need you right now.
And that's where I would never. I guess this is where we come to that fine lining where women never will understand men, and men will never understand women. Because if you have it home, why jeopardize all that? And then now, God forbid, right? Because I've been in plenty of situations, and God do try to tell me the same thing. Yo, you're perfect, Ashley. Blah blah blah. But I just, I'm like, so what is it that you need from me that you got out of her? If you needed it so bad, like what is it that I didn't have or lacked that you just needed it that badly? You didn't, and you talk about you didn't want.
Hamp spoke to that earlier. There was a comment Hamp made where it's like, again, I'm not looking to disrupt that. I just think it's a matter of having that option there, and that it's up to me as a man to choose whether or not I want to move forward. And again, if the urge is not that strong, it's just like, you know what, nah, I got this thing going with Ash. Everything's great. We have a beautiful home. I'm good. But sometimes it's difficult. You might be at a pool party and just like, you know what, let's go behind the barbecue pit, knock this out real quick.
So Ashley, AJ, so here what you got to understand. I think Eddie's main point, from my estimation, is the fact that these things aren't mutually exclusive, right? So the woman that he's trying to have sex with has nothing to do with his home, his wife. She could even be doing everything 100% accurate, but men have this carnal urge to have sex. And when you go to the biology of it, just think about it. Men can get 10 women pregnant at once, right? While a woman, okay, there's anecdotal experience, fine, can only be pregnant though by one man, right? And then the gestation period is 10 months, right? So it takes 10 months for a woman to have a baby, and we can make a baby after baby. Somebody, if you touching your phone, it's making noise.
Mute your phone.
Yeah. So, God damn. All right, yeah. So even the gestation period of a woman is 10 months, right? But with a man, I mean, we can get this woman pregnant, that woman pregnant, this woman pregnant, that woman pregnant. Even the biology of it is different. So Ash, what's good? Who you had smoke for?
I don't smoke for anybody. First of all, let me say that I look like what I've been through. So excuse me how I look. I'm in the bed. So that's the first thing. Secondly, I understand because I talk to a lot of men. Adrian and Camp know that, but the rest of y'all probably don't. So like I know that, men, sex, a relationship with men are two different things. Men can fuck just to be fucking, right? Ain't nothing better than new pussy, right? I understand that. However, um, men assume that they're the only ones who are tempted and have options and all this shit. Like women have options and tempted all the time. But we for somehow are able to be like, no, I'm not gonna do that because I got a nigga at the house. Y'all,
Thank you.
in a lot of cases, just fucking just because I want some new pussy. Cool beans, great, do that. But also know that your woman over there had opportunity too, and she didn't. In most cases,
I'm gonna
like
say that.
Thank you.
I'm gonna say
That's
that I think your
amazing.
assessment is just a little vacant in terms of whether or not that man has discipline or a spiritual barometer too, right? So
okay,
the idea that all men, right? You use the word all often is just like nah, right? So we're
okay. Well, it's
generalizing
it's,
there.
it's never all men. So it's never all men.
Okay, so let's
Okay,
say most, right? Some
okay,
to most, right?
okay.
It negates the fact that we have any type of barometer where we can actually choose, and I said that on a couple of occasions, right? Yes, I could have quote unquote, like you said, new pussy in front of me. It doesn't mean that I'm accepted. But I also mentioned in a couple of examples, just like I may have that perspective where it's like, hey, you know what, I got something good at home, right? So that the decision making aspect is not strictly feminine. I just want to say that too.
Okay, I agree with that.
Ashley, do you think that the reason why women can maybe make a more sound decision in these situations is because of the stigma and then the fallout from and the repercussions for women as compared to men? Because when you let somebody inside of you, you can't take that back, and that does count against you. While with men, it doesn't count against us to have like
Wait, what?
body after body.
Wait, what now? It should all count the same because
It
if
doesn't though,
it
Nah,
should
It
the body the
doesn't.
body.
That one.
It, sh-
I
it,
agree with it.
it, it should it should all be the same. If
but
if
it's
if
not.
if, if
Uh,
you fucking 50 people and I fuck 50 people, it should all be equivalent because
But we know
it's
it's
still
not
50
though.
people.
So I'm not saying you're not. You're so you could be right, right? But at this juncture in our society, it's not the same. So going off of how it currently is, do you think that is a catalyst to why women make different decisions than men?
Uh, maybe, possibly,
You think it's probable or possible?
depending on the woman, it could be probable.
But I know. But if you had to just answer the question, because I know women like to move the goalposts around. Um, if you had to answer the question, is it probable that women know that the stigma and backlash and repercussion they get from an excessive body count helps them make more sound decisions?
yeah. I think so.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I'll say yeah, maybe. I'll say yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's good. Hey,
But
that's why you my nigga, man. You could be
whatever.
objective.
Whatever. But I think I think the whole body count situation is stupid anyway. But that's another conversation for another day.
That's a different convo.
Conversation. That's one other day.
Bob, did you have anything for the ladies? Eddie,
yeah,
Adrian.
yeah. The ladies try to listen. It's not like we said earlier. It's not that complex with us. Like you could line 50 women up in front of us, right? And we'll take down all 50. Women, y'all won't do that because y'all have more standards and morals and so on and so forth. It's on the man. It's on the man that he chooses not to cheat per se. But if he wanted to, like I said earlier, he can. And he gonna knock you line 50 women up. He gonna knock down all 50 just to see what they feel and taste like. Cause he's curious. He wants to know. You know what I'm
And that
saying? And it's a wrap. And at the end of the day, that man could take down a new set of 50 the following day or hours later, and it mean nothing to him at all.
Mhm.
It's really that easy.
I
I,
agree
Really.
with that.
I'll say this in reference to that, and I'll say it two different ways, right? In regards to like why this is a little easier for men to consume, even though the ladies gave some sort of articulation behind why it's easy for them to consume. Women are receivers. We're givers, right? Um, in a more raw way of saying it, like we're doing the fucking, y'all are getting fucked, right? So for us, it's just like we're just giving it away, right? Giving it away. Y'all are receiving it. It's like women have to be a little more conservative, as Ashley mentioned, because it's like a man breaking into your home, right? And now it's just like, okay, you're gonna let all these niggas break into your home? At that point, the lock is off, the door is off, there's no safety, your bedroom door is open, and everybody just get a turn and keep it moving, right? In terms of men, like we're kind of the robber. As many houses as I could get into to get this, whatever I need to get out of the house, I'm gonna do that because I continue benefiting. But is the same benefit the same for women?
How do you
Not
benefit?
necessarily.
How do you benefit? What's the benefit?
The benefit is getting that getting that orgasm.
That same benefit I have. So what's the different
You
benefit?
can, but again, I think it's a little different when we're talking. We're trying not to get into the numbers conversation, but in terms of just generally accepting that women can do some of the same things men can do, because I kind of heard that a little bit as you were discussing it. It's not relatively the same. It can be, right, in this modern time, as Han put it, but ultimately it's not the same. Like, I don't think a woman should allow so many men to break into her home.
I don't personally think a man should allow. Like if it was the same, like if a man would tell me, like, oh, I got 200 bodies, I'ma side eye you and look at you like you a little bit nasty, right? Cause why you fucking 200 people, right? I'm gonna have the same concerns you have about me, I'm gonna have about you. Cause why you doing it? Why you having that many bodies, right? So
I hear that, and I also hear when women say like they want a man that's experienced. I don't want a guy that only had 1 or 2 women. Like, I want him to be my husband and breaking my back. He can't do that with just practicing with 1 or 2 women.
Why can't he?
Because he needs more experience, right?
Experience is not about the amount; it's about quality. You can be
True.
experienced and know how to work, know how to have sex by sleeping with 1, 2, 3 people. You ain't gotta do 300.
Can you?
Yeah, you can. You can.
Actually, I guarantee if a guy with a 200 body count approaches you, I guarantee you ain't gonna turn him down. I guarantee you ain't gonna turn him down. You know how I know? You know how I know?
I know.
Because you got on this panel, right, with that bonnet on, and you laying up in your bed. And if that man giving you any type of attention, and he's saying, "Damn, you look good in that bonnet. Damn, them thick ass glasses, sexy right now. I take you down right now. Bend over. You gonna take it. I guarantee it.
No.
I guarantee it.
No.
And look, the other athlete, she got a bonnet on. She got a bonnet on too right now. Yeah. If a guy came up to her and be like, "Damn, that bonnet sexy as hell," and that ass on that elbow, I lick all that ass off the elbow right now. Elbow hella assy. You ain't gonna care about that 200 body count.
Listen. I had many of compliments like that, and I'm not gonna dick down every man who gives me a compliment, but I get where you're coming from.
Yo, Ashley Cobb.
Yes.
If you met the man to Bub's point, they got 200 bodies. You gonna side at him? You still gonna date him? And could you potentially be in a relationship with that man?
First of all, so I will never know how many bodies you have because I don't ever ask because I don't really care. So let's throw that out there.
Hypothetically.
So hypothetically, if I were to conversation came up and you were to tell me after we have a conversation, after we have a STD panel, I don't give a fuck. So we can do whatever. I can make sure that everything is clean and you don't have anything that's gonna stay with me till I die. But
you ain't going that far, girl. That man hit you with that good game. You ain't taking it that far.
I'm going that far.
You don't got enough time. You don't got enough time for that, girl.
I'm going that far. I don't know what everybody else does, but I'm going that far.
He trying to blow that back out immediately. You ain't going that far.
Okay, first of all, I ain't that pressed for a penis because I get invitations for penis all the time. So I'm not that pressed. So if we had a conversation with someone, if I had a conversation, had a conversation with someone who was interested, and they told me they had that many body counts, we are going to get STD. First of all, I think people should get STDs panels before having unprotected sex anyway. That's just a natural thing I believe people need to be doing. So me would be doing that.
Oh, you
But
said
it's also probably based on
hold on.
conversation.
So you bringing the unprotected aspect into it. The unprotected. Okay, let's say you guys are protected. You know what I'm saying? You got a condom, you doing your thing or whatever you got popping off. And he say, listen, man, he just dropping a whole bunch of hella good game on you. You ain't gonna let him smash?
If he got 200 bodies?
Yup, he pulling out the condom. You ain't gonna let him smash? He hitting you with straight game for 3 hours. You ain't gonna let him smash?
Probably not.
Come on, Ashley. You lying, yo.
I'm not lying.
You showed up. Yo, look how you showed up, Ash. You lying.
I'm in the bed. What I'm supposed to do? Put makeup on? I'm laying down in the bed. I had no intention on being on here.
Nah, you ain't have to put makeup on, but I'm just saying, like you came up on the panel with some sexy, attractive men. You got to make yourself presentable, baby.
No, I don't, because I wasn't supposed to be on here. First thing. Secondly, I was watching and Henry was like, drop the link, so I came on here. Thirdly, I'm not trying to pull nobody on here. Two people I already know. So I just hopped on to have a conversation because I'm literally laying in the bed.
Hey, but you always gotta be presentable. You always gotta be ready.
So, question, Ashley. So you saying you wouldn't wife a dude that had 200 bodies?
No, I didn't say that. I said I would have to, like, we probably have a conversation. Well, I'll do an STD thing, and he came out clean and clear. I probably wouldn't care, honestly.
No, I'm saying, okay, I understand the sex, but would you be in a relationship potentially if you like that man?
I don't care about that either. That's fine.
See, for us,
put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here. Come on.
It ain't happening. Period. Like if she say I got 200 bodies, it's a wrap. She gonna be siloed to one thing because we don't look at it the same way. She gonna be.
I understand that.
You feel me? She gonna be siloed as a body forever. She could be dope and all that. 200 bodies, we can't fade that.
But how do y'all? Well, how would y'all even know somebody had 200 bodies? Y'all ask those questions
because men gossip like women.
Well, I mean, people have a conversation.
Men gossip like that's exactly
people talk.
How they will know.
I mean, it does it come up all the time, but it can potentially come up if you're just talking. You know what I'm saying?
I've never had that conversation. Only once, actually.
Yeah, you know.
Once, so.
Yeah, men have, and I think women are accustomed to men that's worth something having a decently high body count too. I think y'all used to hearing that. I think Eddie's analogy was dope though in terms of the robber, because when somebody breaks in your house, if you ever had that happen to you, and they ransack your shit, your house never feels the same again to you. Right? They violated you, so every time you walk through the front door, you could see it's traumatizing. So I think similarly with a vagina, right? Different people rob differently too. One nigga might go through the window, other nigga might kick down the door. Then what? One nigga might give you an open floor plan if you catch my drift. Then what? Right? You can't take that back. That wall's down is down. Right? Then you meet a nigga that had a bunch of different attributes and traits, but he was not able to give you an open floor plan. And now you can't really take that man serious because your experience with this other man that robbed your house is always in the back of your mind. So I think women should be a little bit more careful because I think those things matter a little bit more.
That's true.
I agree.
You know?
I agree.
So listen, I want you two to listen to this very carefully. The bonnet gang is not a thing.
I am in my house, okay? Hampton, Adrian, y'all see me out in public. I don't wear head rags and stuff in public. I'm in my house.
Yeah, you be clean.
Okay.
All right, like I can just throw this out real quick without the bonnet. I'm sure.
Both of you guys gonna be on the public platform. You should have took them damn bonnets off.
Oh, yeah.
Motherfuckers know how I look.
They know how I look in real life. It's okay.
Yeah. Hey man, I appreciate y'all, man. Thank you for being brave and hopping up here, man. It's a lot of motherfuckers in the comments. I'm looking at Facebook. They talking shit and all that, but they ain't had an intestinal fortitude to get up here.
Ain't with
Hey man, I appreciate y'all.
I appreciate
Bye.
Be safe.
Adrian Bub.
Peace.
All right.
All right.
Yo, Bub kicked their ass, man. But I've seen them both be presentable. I at least want to say that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
they
saying? Oh, I don't know what show Ashley was on, but it was on like Bravo or some shit.
yeah.
What?
Yeah, so she definitely doing her thing. So you saw her name, make sure y'all click, follow her YouTube too. It's called Sex with Ashley. If you just go to YouTube and type the name in, it'll come up. So
Okay.
shout out to her. Yeah, man, she do a thing. Her blog is dope. She make a post on Facebook, she'll get 400 likes. You know what I'm saying? And one thing about her, she gonna be honest. Ashley Jones too. They both gonna be honest, which it's brave to get up here looking like who shot John. You know what I mean?
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here.
Yeah, word. So yo, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend, man. Like the page, like the channel. I see a lot of people watching on Facebook. Follow us and subscribe to the YouTube. It's a better experience in terms of we can see your comments. And you can subscribe to the page. You can get the different alerts. You can turn on the bell, and we growing, man. We over 200 subscribers. And we only going up from here. So you know what I mean. So listen, man. I don't really like Jerry Springer, but I do like one of his constructs. Adrian, final thought.
Yo, shout out to the Bonnet Gang, man.
Bub.
Yo, when it comes to men and cheating, man, like the majority of the time it ain't about the relationship, man. It's all on the man. Take discipline from that man not to cheat. But just know, if he want to cheat, he gonna cheat.
Yeah, man. I wish it was more deeply rooted, but honestly, it's just very, very superficial in how men think in terms of sex. And that man is by no means trying to compromise his house, right? And he don't want to hurt his woman in any way, shape, or form. But you have these, like Eddie said, these carnal urges, and you just gotta fight them day in and day out, right? Because monogamy is a thing here, but a lot of our brothers across the pond, they don't have that problem. So so shout out to them if that's for them, So I wish it was deeper, but it really ain't. But that woman you love, if you take her close and you're gonna marry her, you did that intentionally. So I'm not saying niggas go out and cheat, do what you do, but I think I just want the women to understand, like, you his woman, like he take you personal, it's a totally different ball game, and they're not really related, So yeah, don't buy my woman shit either. I don't play that garbage. So like, share, subscribe. You know what I mean? Tell a friend to tell a friend, and we out.